Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? We have gorgeous days. 3 days this week, it's going to be almost 70 to 80 degrees. And then we dip down deep into the 40s. I don't think this weather is really good for us. I don't think it's good for my bees, and I don't think it's good for the animals either. It's just too inconsistent. You should not be going 40 to 50 degrees difference from one day to the next. I'll stand on my soapbox and say it. Yes, I'm full of information today. I was at the eye doctor and he told me my eyesight's actually getting better because I'm getting older because I'm nearsighted. So one eye corrected like 50 whatever points, I don't know what they call that, and the other one corrected 25. So I put my old glasses on from like 2 years ago and I'm like, hey, these are pretty good. I have bifocals in my glasses, so they're just so pricey. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's highway robbery, like everything else in this nation, right? Yeah. And then I was at the dentist. Yeah, I'm just hitting all the stops this month. It's just, oh yeah. And the dentist is not my favorite at all. I've never liked the dentist ever. I've always had really bad teeth. Funny enough, he was so pleasant. Usually, he's very black and white. It's, you're drinking a lot of pop, cut it out, eat more vegetables and fruits and whatever, and he will chew you out. He has in the past like chewed me out for one of my kids' teeth condition. Okay, so, and I haven't seen him since before COVID. Okay, haven't been to the dentist. Nope, I was putting it off and life. So I finally decided I need to go back because one of my teeth was actually bothering me, but it has no cavity in it. It's just because I'm grinding my teeth at night due to stress and high cortisol and all those fun things that a person can experience. Yes. Yeah. So, but otherwise, I just had one cavity to fill and everything else was good. He said, and I was just like, yes. And he was so pleasant, like so pleasant. Like you would have thought he was like, having like his best day ever. But in speaking with other people, it's kind of like he has changed his attitude, like his bedside manner, and is just this pleasant person. So I love it. I won't mind going back, but yeah, just a boatload of stuff lately, and it just seems like just trying to fit it all in before summer and life gets busier with growing things and all that stuff. Maybe I know it's still technically spring. I could do some spring cleaning, but I'd have to kick everybody out for like the weekend. I did that one year. They left for the lake over Memorial weekend, and I stayed home and painted the bathroom and cleaned like my spice cupboard, my shelves, like dusted, cleaned everything. I need a maid. This stuff is not getting done. But since we're talking about cleaning and stuff today we are doing a soap. It is a solid kitchen bar soap, which I have done numerous times. I've been doing it ever since I got on it. But there's different things you can add that people don't always realize to boost the soap itself. Yes, like as the essential oils, like you can put fragrance oils, that's totally fine, but essential oils can add stuff and powders can add stuff and your liquid can add stuff. So we are talking about all that in the video. So 3 things: be kind, be forgiving, and be you. And let's go check out this solid kitchen soap. Okay, into our soap. Now, I have done kitchen soap a few ways before, and there are different ways. Let's talk about our powders that I have in here first. I have 3 powders. Actually, I have 4 powders. Okay, I have zeolite clay. I have brewer's yeast. I have soap nuts. And I have rosemary powder. So, we'll talk about those additives and why in a minute. I'm going to talk about oils first. There's different ways to make kitchen soap solid. 100% coconut oil, yes. 50% coconut oil and 50% tallow, yes. 50% coconut oil and 50% of some other oil like rice bran, olive oil. Yes, those work. Those actually do work. My problem with the 50% coconut, even 75% coconut and 80% or 25% of like rice bran or olive, it does change the composition. With the tallow, I think I like it better. Okay, 50%, 50%, or 75%, whatever. But you're not going to get the bubbles as you would with the 100% coconut oil. And the 100% coconut oil is the easiest one to do. Dump the coconut oil in a bowl. Make your lye water. When it's going to be over 200, and by the time you get down to it, and my lye water was actually pretty hot when I added it. You just do a heat transfer method, and you just keep melting and melting the coconut oil while you're basically getting it to emulsion and trace. Okay? So the recipe I don't think matters per se. You want a lot of coconut oil, and if you have that coconut allergy, then you're going to want to research your oils and find out in the fatty acid profile which has the highest cleansing properties that you can use. Okay, so in my little containers, all I have, like the purple and the green, are the micas and the fragrance oils that are going into each individual batch. So for these, I am making lilac and lavender. That's the purple one. That is the one that turned out beautifully. We'll talk about that. I think one of the things I did was I did add my lye water super hot to this, which doesn't really matter per se. When you're soaping, it just heats it up, and I could tell it was definitely warm. As far as lye water, sometimes I'll do coffee if I'm making it for like myself. But you really don't need the coffee to give you a super cleaning, cleansing type of thing. Okay. It's fun to put in there, but my dishes don't stink, so I really don't need the, coffee as a agent for that. I do put citric acid at a 5% per oils in my lye water, and make sure I accommodate my sodium hydroxide respectfully. Not going to teach that to you. Okay, so I have these really cool molds that I got for Christmas. And they are for candles, but I decided I wanted to try them with my soap. And yes, I can use them for candles afterwards because it's just soap. You just clean them out. There's no rhyme or reason why I can't use them for both. So I'm making 2 of these, and they're going to be after curing 4 ounces in the little bubble molds. And then my soap dish right there will be when it's all done 4 ounces also. That is what my soaps are, 4 ounces. And soap number 2, as you can see, it's already super stiff. I have not tested this to see why it did what it did. So this green is rosemary mint. Okay, see, it's up there in temp, which you already know that because it's already like so thick. And I almost want to blame the fragrance oil on this. I have never used this fragrance oil in soap before. Yeah, that's all I got. And I really don't know why it did this. If it was just the overall, it just got an attitude and decided to look like this. I just, it's atrocious looking at it like this, you guys. So while I play with this, I will go into some details and facts for you. Details and facts. Yeah, okay. Why essential oils? So I don't always use essential oils. 50% of the time I do. This time I was using fragrance oils. But there is a bonus to using essential oils, especially folded essential oils. Orange or lemon. Lemon, I love doing lemon. Okay, even if you do like, let's say you were doing, I don't know, lemon vanilla, okay, where you use a fragrance oil and then a lemon essential oil. At 3%, okay, the lemon will be a natural degreaser, and it's also antibacterial and antifungal. It's going to be effective for cleaning hard water spots off. It's going to help boost the lather. It's going to give a very fresh smell. 2 to 3%. I like to boost it to 3 in your soap formula. You could also put lemon zest in there if you wanted as a scouring agent. You can do the same with orange. Orange is a beautiful one. Tea tree, so essential oils do give it a definite, it makes it more of a cleaning. I'm still playing with that soap. Good grief. Okay, why brewer's yeast in soap? So brewer's yeast I think it's a byproduct. Don't quote me on this. I think it's a byproduct of making beer. Okay, so you could actually put beer in your kitchen soap if you wanted to. But brewer's yeast is antibacterial. It's also going to boost the lather because of the sugars in it. So it's going to make more of that beautiful lather, because people have this connotation that you have to have bubbles for it to be cleaning, and technically you actually don't even need bubbles. It's just an aesthetic thing that makes people think, oh, it's getting it clean. As far as the rosemary powder goes, the only reason I add a botanical is because most botanicals have tannins, and tannins are great as a cleansing agent all on its own. So as far as soap nuts go, those are an actual thing. You can buy them, you put them in a little bag, and you can use them as dishwashing soap in your washing machine. It goes way back. Although I read recently that pigweed does the same thing, and now I'm so curious about it, and I can't wait till that stuff grows in my garden so I can test it out and see if that actually is a natural soap ingredient. However, soap nuts are a plant-based surfactant. Soap is a surfactant. So adding it into cold processed soap, along with enhancing the lather, I also like to think of it as it's going to be more of another cleaner that's going to help break up more of the grease and the food particles and everything else on my dishes. So it's just, there you go. It's just another thing that I add for, possible perfection. No, I'm kidding. And then I'm watching myself do this, and it's like absolute not perfection. Okay, so as you can see, I have taken them out of the molds, and they look great, right? They did get a little hot. That's what that is. That's like a bubble, that's just them getting hot. They didn't get popped at all. I just left them right on the counter there. Aren't they cute? Oh, they're so cute. They smell good. Yep. Perfect. And now, I bet you're wondering what I'm going to do with that mess. I'm going to rebatch that mess. That's what I'm going to do with it. And rebatch, as you know, means we're going to just cook it again. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that soap. It just either it was too hot and it reacted with the fragrance oil or something. So I'm going to add a couple ounces at the most to this, just so I don't, cook it hellaciously and burn it. And I'm putting it into my crock pot on high, and as you can see, it's starting to, loosen up and all those things. And of course, I forgot about it. I did have a timer set, but yeah. So when you have a volcano in a crock pot, that's what it looks like. Except sometimes you totally forget about it and it runs all over the place. Like I've had it run all over the table and down the counter, and yeah. So that's why I always stress when you're doing hot process soap to always, always, always make sure you don't leave it alone. Because it is a thing. So this is nice and liquefied and all mixed up, and I am just plopping it into my molds there. Shake them down. You always want to tamp your mold down. Be careful when you do it with hot process though, because that stuff does squirt. It squirts worse than cold process soap, let me tell you. And then we're going to put that in there and leave it for a day, or possibly even longer, till it's totally cool. And then popping it out of the molds again. This one it worked better. This one, I think he lost his ball, but he did, he lost the ball. But I did, he wasn't warm, but I did put him back on. Yeah, see, he goes back on. But, the other one, being as hot process, it probably will not dry out enough for me to get it out of that container. This is the mess I made. I had to show you. I had a whole disaster rocking. Okay, there's 3 ways to use solid dish bar soap. Okay. So one way is to have it in the dish and to use a brush and you get it on your brush. And less water here. And you just clean your dishes like this. Now I usually have a sink full of water to catch the soap, right? And the other way to do it is to, I'm trying to find dirty dishes for you guys, and most of them are clean. This other way to do it, which is probably my favorite way to do it, is to take it out, and if it's really bad, I will wrap it in the rag, okay, and then scrub it up, or you can just take the rag just like the brush, and then scrub it up, right? This is spaghetti that's been in here for a while. These elbow grease. But yeah, I usually, like I said, let the water run in here and fill it up. Okay? And you scrubby scrub and you scrubby scrub and you scrubby scrub. Yep. Okay? Now, the other way to do it, which I don't always recommend, but some people do like this, is just to, I will do this with my soap dishes. I will just, make soap and get it all soapy. But as you see, we got the big bubble. Big bubble is the coconut oil. It's the coconut oil in here, right? But the interesting thing is, oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. The zeolite clay, but with all the additives, I'm going to get a really creamy bubble. I don't even have, this is, this looks like shave soap, people. This is crazy. I'll get some big bubbles, we'll add more. And it's nice, okay? Like, this does not dry my hands out at all. The zeolite clay is actually, it's great for deodorant. It's a destinkifier. I put it in my pet soap. And it's just, I mean, it's not like my dishes stink. I'm not gonna say my dishes stink. But you know, sometimes just plastic will carry scents, you know, like your basic plastic containers. And so it helps get the stench out of them. That's how you use a solid dish bar. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. God bless.